Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Wednesday, February the 22nd, 2012. Well, a change of trend today, and we have a candle that's made a lower high and a lower low. A red body candle as well, and this denotes the sellers making net bearish progress on the day between the open and the close, and we can see the change that's occurred over the previous 3 days, where we previously had 3 green body candles. Yesterday we highlighted the fact that the small spinning top type candle suggested that there was potential for a change of trend, and today that came to fruition. We now have a candle where the momentum is with the sellers, and the sellers have taken control of this market in the short-term time frame and have shown some moderately strong commitment to taking this market lower. In terms of Ichimoku, the market is trading well up above the clouds, so we have an overall positive bias in big picture terms, and is still bullish in the medium term and fast term time frames by trading above the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen. The Chikou span here is above the corresponding price action, so we have confirmation of the bullish market in all 3 time frames. The market is retracing back towards the Tenkan-sen, and we should look to that area at 1352 for a potential support. We can see here previously where this region held a support for the S&P 500, and there is strong potential that that will happen again. If the market does trade down below there, then we should look to 1344 for support following that area, and then down to 1332 and next to the Kijun-sen at 1328. If we do see a change of trend to the upside, there is some significant resistance overhead at 1363, then at 1370, but no strong resistance until the market trades to the round number 1400. So if we do see a bullish breakout up above 1370, there is a good possibility that the market will trade to 1400. In terms of peaks and troughs, the market is still in an uptrend, and we are now retracing the previous upswing of that uptrend. So we have the market making a series of higher peaks and higher troughs, and we've established a new peak up here at around the 1367 level. So for the next day's trading, we'll watch the low of the current candle for potential continuation of the trend to the downside with a lower high and a lower low. Let's watch around the 1363, 1364 level for a potential change of trend to the upside and test up to 1370. Next, moving on to gold, and here we see a continuation of the trend to the upside. Previous day's trading, we saw a very strongly bullish candle, very large green body where the buyers made very significant net bullish progress. We mentioned that the market seemed to do a lot of work too soon, and we do have some hesitation in the market at the moment. We have a spinning top type candle, which is a candle of indecision, and that has set this market up for a potential change of trend. We highlighted the resistance at the 1767 level, and the market has just closed at that level. We did see the market trade above that level, and we have a large shadow on the top of the candle representing the buyers losing commitment, so that's a very important level, the 1767 level, for tomorrow's trading if this trend is going to continue. This indecisive candle, as I've said, has set the market up for a potential change of trend, so we do need to watch for a lower high and lower low. The Tenkan-sen will be the first level of support for this market if we do trade lower from here. 1745 is where that Tenkan-sen is at, and we do have strong support between 1723 and the lows of these candles here around 1706, 1707 roughly, and very strong support there. We can see the shadows on the bottom of these candles where the market tested lower, but the sellers continually lost commitment, so that is a very strong level of support. Support extends down to the Kijun-sen, which is trading at 1696 as well. To the upside, if we do see the market continue trading up, obviously as we mentioned the 1767 level is important, but there isn't any strong resistance until we trade up to the 1800 round number, and then above there to 1814, so some resistance extending between those two levels, but not a lot of major resistance in between. In terms of Ichimoku, the market's bullish in all three timeframes. We're trading above the cloud, above the Kijun-sen, and above the Tenkan-sen, and that's confirmed by the Chikou span, which is above the corresponding price action. So a bullish market in terms of Ichimoku, but the short-term dynamics now aren't supporting the buys in the short-term time frame. So it does suggest that there is potential for a change of trend in that short-term time frame to the downside. Next, moving to light sweet crude oil, and here we see a continuation of the trend to the upside. Very strong momentum over the previous week and a half, with some very large green-bodied candles in the market, trending very strongly, with the highs extending further and further as the trend developed. Today we've had a lessening of that extension of the highs, and we have a small bodied candle which does raise some doubt about continuation of the trend to the upside, and we have a spinning top type candle, which is a candle of indecision. We have downside price rejection, and we can see the influence of the area around the 106.95 resistance, which was a fairly strong area of prior resistance. But we also see the shadow on the bottom of this candle with upside price rejection. So even though the buyers have closed with some very weak control in this market, they've made net bullish progress. Neither side is really strongly committed to taking this market either higher or lower, so that's why it's a very indecisive candle. But having said that, the buyers have lost the momentum that they had, and that does set the market up for a potential change of trend. So it's very important to watch the low of the current candle for a potential lower high and lower low. If we do see that lower high and lower low, we do have a window that's been opened up, which is basically a gap between these two candles, and that has potential to act as support for this market if we do trade down to that area. And that's roughly around the 104.50 to 104.60 level. So we should watch that area for any price rejection and any loss of commitment by the sellers if we are trading down to around that area, and it could set the market up for another buy if we do have a higher high and a higher low following that. In terms of Ichimoku, the market is trading above the cloud and above the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen, so the market's bullish in all three timeframes, and is confirmed by the Chikou span, which is above the corresponding price action. Having said that, however, as we've just mentioned, the short-term dynamics, the battle between the bulls and the bears, is not supporting the trend to the upside any longer, so there is potential for a change of trend in that first time frame, and that's the fast time frame. Below that window, we do have potentially strong support at 103.39, and then down to the Tenkan-sen at 102, the Kijun-sen at 101, and then to the round number 100. So some fairly strong support down below. Below there we do have the cloud, and that will offer itself as strong support as well. If the market does continue the trend to the upside, and let's not kid ourselves, this trend is still up, even though it's not supported by the buyers, and there is strong potential for a change of trend. If we do see a breach of the 106.95, 107 level with bullish activity, then there is a good chance that the market will trade to around 109.75. There isn't any major resistance until we trade up to that area. So let's keep an eye on those levels around the 107 level and around the low and the 104.50 for those for the potential continuation of the trend or the change of trend and support down at the window that was opened.